Hi guys, this is Jackie. Welcome to my channel, Budget Life Millionaires by 40. Me and my husband are on a journey to become net worth millionaires by the time we hit the old age of 40. This is going to be our November end of month budget overview. So basically, this is going to be what we actually spent in the month of November 2019. And today is actually the 7th of December. I'm a little late. I'm in school right now and finals is next week, so I've been busy studying and all that. So let's get to the video, and this is what you're here for, right? So for our first line item is our mortgage. I would plan to pay $4,000, and that's what we actually spent. So $4,000. So there's no over under on that one. For the Melrose mortgage, that's our mortgage. Mortgage for our rental. We actually did spend the $1,821, which is extra. If you watch all my videos, we pay both extra on our mortgage and our rental house. Coming probably next year, we won't be putting any extra in towards principal on our rental house, just because I feel like we should pay more towards our actual mortgage, the house we live in, and the interest that we get, that we actually do pay towards our rental property, is a write-off, so it doesn't make sense to pay it off early. But I'm just going to pay it off one more time for next month, and then go down to the actual, just, pay the basic, like what they want me to pay every month. And yeah, so that one's further along in the mortgage, so it's not as bad. Whereas my house that we actually bought like 3 years ago, more is going towards interest. So I want to knock that down, throw extra money at that. So that's why I decided to no longer pay extra on our rental. So for that one, we are on budget, or no over or under. Next line we have is groceries, and we only paid $261, so that's actually under. Because it was under our budget, I did move some money around so that this wouldn't be like an excess that would roll over to next month. So this is also at a $0. For Peachtree Utilities, that's what PT stands for. It's another rental house we have in Washington State. We didn't pay anything this month. It's actually just a it's kind of like a sinking fund. So, but right now we recently paid, I believe it was the property tax. So it's actually a surplus, or we're over in this category for $1,150, so that's way over. But $360 is taking that down. I believe this month we raised this to $375 because we are paying a utility bill, which also throws into that category. And I believe that's every 2 months that we have to pay that. And I've explained it in another video before, but it's every couple months, and it should be hitting it again in December. So for home goods, we paid $240, and that was to pay off our Haynes debt. It was a furniture purchase that we had, and we actually paid it off, so that went towards that. It's over, but that's because I wanted to pay it, and I think I had a surplus or amount, so it's at $0, or I moved the money around. Again, I like to move my money around so that these are closer to zeros, but obviously some of these things I can't do because we're still like keeping the budget the same for the whole month. Like we're still like keeping this the same. These just numbers move around. So that's what I mean by moving around numbers. I'm not really I'm not adding to my budget. I'm just like adjusting at the end of the month because like maybe I don't spend as much on, or maybe I don't spend anything on a certain thing, and so I decide to just move more money towards, like, from groceries to something else that we spent more on or something. So that's why I move it around. I know it's confusing, and I'm sorry if that makes no sense to you guys, but to me, it makes sense. I use a mint.com and I like to adjust it accordingly. This is just my estimate basically for the month. And then when it actually happens, I kind of adjust it as I can so that these numbers aren't like way over or under, because I can adjust it. So that's how we do it, or that's how I do it. My husband doesn't really pay attention to the mint budget, but yeah, so that's just how we do it. As for the next line is our vet, and we didn't spend anything, I believe. Yep, nothing was spent on vet. So we still have a, not surplus, we're over still about $200. My cat's medicine is very expensive, so that's included in there. So we're over $200. So next month we'll have some extra because it'll be like $165. Or we'll still be over next month. But in January, which is when we probably need to take our pet again back to the vet, is when I will have some extra money to spend on the vet. So home improvement this month was $195. I believe 120 of that was to pay off our washer machine for our clothes. So that was another debt we paid off that month. And we are under, so we actually have money to spend $170 on that category. And so for auto fuel, gasoline for the car, we spent $136. So we're actually under on that one, but I guess we were over from another month, so $17 over from last month. Not too bad. Then the next one we have is going to be clothing. Clothing, we spent $42. Seems really low. We have $150 budgeted. Let's see. So we actually had something left over. We had $48 remaining that we could spend. So that's good. I know I spent some money already. I think I put some money on a credit card, and so we're paying that in December. So I think we're going to go over our clothing budget for next month. Oh well. Vacation fund. I did, let's see, vacation. We didn't spend any money. Well, I spent money. It's just on a credit card. It's going to hit eventually, and we'll see if I'll figure out how to show that up, because right now I have this credit card that doesn't really show up in my mint.com budget. So I got to figure out how to show you guys how much I actually spend. But I actually used some miles I had, so it wasn't that expensive, luckily. So I had a pretty cheap flight compared to what I normally would pay. I think it was like $700, like was what the plane ticket I got, but I only paid like 200 something. So I got a good discount using some flight miles that I had racked up. So we still have $103 to spend on vacation fund. And I'm flying back to Seattle in December for Christmas. That's what I bought the flight for. So next we have is going to be our electricity, and I believe, yes, we spent $111, so that was on budget, and we should have a 0 on that one. Actually, there was a extra dollar left over. Sometimes this change doesn't, like, it leaves an extra dollar or goes over a dollar, like change-wise, so it's not exact. But I just round everything up to the nearest dollar for this budget, because it doesn't make sense to do like some change or whatever. That's just a little nuts. And my mint.com doesn't do it like that either, so it's kind of weird. And then for internet is the next one. We spent $105, so the same as what we budgeted. So that one's at 0. And then the next category is the cell phones, and that was actually $105. It said like over, but it was still just 0. I think I adjusted it so that it was at 0 at the end. Next one we have is restaurants, and we actually spent $97, so that's good. And I probably brought that down so that was 0 also. And then for gifts, let's see, I already spent some money for Christmas. I spent $165 on gifts. And so, let's see, that puts us at $152 that we have remaining to spend. I still have a few things I need to buy for family members for Christmas, and then I also like to buy some extra few things for our tree. So and our stockings. So I still got to do that. We bought a few things for Black Friday. It's probably not going to show up on this budget because we put it on a card that's going to come out next month. So unfortunately, it didn't show up on my mint.com. A couple of them did, but yeah, so too hard to explain. Well, I'll explain it later, right? So next we have is our personal care. And I spent $81 on personal care. That might have been my nails when I had them done. And we're over still $64 in personal care. Auto insurance. Did we pay auto insurance? Let's see. Yes, we did pay auto insurance this month. It was $529 for 6 months for 2 cars. So under $100 a month. And so that puts us over for this month $441. So it's like $88. So I think it was $89 what I put for December to just bring that down to 0 in 6 months. And then for utilities, and utilities is like our water, sewer, garbage, I believe, for this house. And it was $71. That's at 0. And then auto service. We didn't spend anything auto service this month. So 0, and we are over still from 2 months ago or last month of $255. It's not too bad. It's getting down there. And then the next one we have is coffee shops. Now, I know I spent a little too much on coffee. We got $49 instead of $40. And I think I brought some money from restaurants to that so that this was a 0. So starting the next month with 0 balance. No extra or over or under. Fast food. I spent only $20. So actually we spent $5 under. So that's good. And I probably move that money around so that we start with a 0. And then alcohol. We spent $20. So actually on budget there. That's actually surprising. So we're starting at 0 again. And then natural gas should be on budget. $15. Yep. $15. So that's at 0. Lots of zeros. That's what I like to see. So that there's no extra over under. Netflix is also going to be on budget. $13 and a 0. And then we got pet supplies. I don't think I spent anything on pet supplies. A lot of our pet supplies ends up coming, or I buy a lot of like cat food and kitty litter and stuff when I go to the grocery store. So it ends up going into our grocery budget. So let's see, pet supplies. Where is it? Yep, we didn't spend anything. So nothing on pet supplies, and should have excess of, we have $125 that we could spend towards pet supplies going forward. And then jewelry insurance. We didn't spend anything, but next month we do pay our jewelry insurance. I actually already paid it. And so that jewelry insurance went to 0. And then education. I didn't spend anything this month on education. So that's going to be a negative $355. So that'll probably go towards my graduation, cap gown and certain things for next spring when I graduate. So that's a nice good cushion there to spend on my education in that day. So got down to the end, and I like to total both of these lines up. So get my trusty calculator here. Let's do the actual what I spent. So 4,018.21 plus 261 plus 240 plus 195 plus 136 plus 42, 111, 105, 105, 97, 165, 81. All right, 529. So that's probably going to put me over because it's like a 6-month policy. 71. So I only pay that every 6 months. 49 plus 49. 20 and 20, that's 40 plus 40. 15 and 13 plus 15 plus 13 and nothing. So, oh my gosh, I'm actually under my budget. So that's good. 8,000. That's like a first. $8,076. I must have been really busy at school. Oh, I'm sorry guys. You didn't see that. So I'm actually under what I spent this month. I'm actually surprised. But I know I did spend some other money on a different card and my flight's not in there. So we probably spent more than that, but it's not showing up until next month. So anyways, so let's do this line here. I like to do the plus and the minus. So let's add up the pluses and subtract the minuses. So 1150 plus the 200 plus 17 plus 64 plus 441 plus 255. And all right, I can do that. Equals, so that's the plus part, and then let's subtract the minuses. 170 minus 48 minus 403 minus 1 minus 152 minus 25 and 355. So that gives us an overage of 972. So that's not too bad considering our car insurance is $441. So that's not bad. Last month we were over 935. So actually we went up. So, but that's probably because the car insurance, no wonder. So, but I'm proud of this number at least. So we didn't spend as much. Last month we spent $1,000 more. So that's good, I guess. It all works out to the end. Hopefully this month we will do better. I'm going to try not to go crazy or ham for Christmas, but we shall see. I do have vacation funds saved up for that. So that's probably going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I've been getting a lot of subscribers. Actually went over 100 subscribers. I know I'm still a young channel and everything, but one day I would like to get up there and have more followers and watch our journey to become debt-free, net worth millionaires by 40, which we have a little over 3 years left. So hopefully you guys just stick with me, subscribe to my videos, and watch our journey. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.